Okay, so in this video we're going to demonstrate the dead pause hat squat, and essentially we're going to explain and also provide a visual perspective of how a dead pause would look and how we would execute it. So essentially what we're looking at achieving here is when we get to the bottom range of a hat squat, we're going to be in that fully lengthened range of that musculature. So in this scenario, it's going to be the quads. When we get to the bottom, what we're trying to do is we're trying to eliminate any kind of stretch reflex, any kind of inertia and any kind of momentum to drive us back up through that concentric. Now by doing that, that creates more efficiency in terms of the internal stimulus and tension being put on to the actual quads, and therefore a greater adaptation and room for hypertrophy muscle growth. Okay, so we're really trying to create more efficiency, and also by creating that dead pause, we are eliminating any kind of ability to cheat and just get more repetitions in. So first of all, I'll demonstrate what a normal hat squat would look like without the dead pause, so then you can kind of compare and see the difference and what's happening in both scenarios. So first of all, this is just a normal hat squat without the dead pause. So we're going to get to the bottom, and essentially we're going to just drive straight back up when we get to that bottom range. So here and then up. Probably could see, but as I get to the bottom, you'll see that there's a little bit of a bounce. And that's where that inertial effects, the momentum and stretch reflex is coming into play to help me get back up through that concentric. Like so. Okay? Now there's nothing wrong with doing that, but there's a time and place when we can utilize that execution, and then there's also a time and place when we can utilize a dead pause variation. So now we're going to demonstrate the dead pause variation and see if you can see the difference. So when I get to the bottom, I'm going to take a second pause and then drive back up and then transition into that concentric range. So we're going to come down nice and controlled, get to the bottom, stop, and then drive up. Same again, get to the bottom, pause, drive up. One more. Get to the bottom, pause, drive up. So there, with that variation, there's no momentum, there's no inertial effects coming into play, and essentially it's going to make the set extremely difficult, but it's going to create more efficiency, more growth on the quads, and essentially that's what we want.